Hello everyone and welcome to Reach Your Goal classes which helps you to sharpen your minds. Today the topic that we are going to cover is one of the important topics of grammar, that is clauses and its types. This particular topic is not only important but actually it is very challenging for students because usually the students get confused when they come across such type of questions in exams. But my dear students, I assure you that after watching this video, you will find this topic not only easy to understand but also interesting. So let's start. First, let us understand what is a clause. Now there are three characteristics that you should keep in mind. Number one, that clauses are a group of words which has, second characteristic is which has subject and verb combination. Third and the most important characteristic is it may or may not have a complete meaning. So it may or may not give you a complete sense. So let's see, I have given you some examples. First example, are they group of words? Yes, they are group of words. Now second characteristic, are they having subject and verb combination? Let us see. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals. Cheetahs, subject, are verb. So yes, it is having a subject and verb combination. That means it is a clause. Now third characteristic, whether it is giving you or not giving you a complete sense. So I think this particular sentence is giving you a complete sense. Second example, while Dad trimmed the trees. Is it a group of words? Yes. Is it having a subject and verb combination? Let's see. Dad, subject, trimmed is verb. So yes, it is having a subject and verb combination. Is it giving you complete sense or complete meaning? No, it's not giving you a complete sense. But still it is a clause because it is having the subject and verb combination. Okay. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind, that what is a clause? A clause is having group of words, it is having a subject and verb combination, and it may or may not have a complete sense. Okay, so let's move on. Two types of clauses that you have to keep in mind are main clause and subordinate clause. Now let us take one by one. What is main clause? Main clause is also called as independent clause or superordinate clause or base clause. An independent or main clause consists of a subject and a predicate that together expresses a complete thought. It can stand by itself as a sentence. So a main clause can stand itself as a sentence. It gives you a complete sense. It gives you a complete meaning. It has both subject also, verb also, and it has predicate also. It can also be joined to other dependent or independent clauses to make a more interesting or complex sentence. So these things you have to keep in mind. That what is a main clause? A main clause gives you a complete sense. It is a full sentence. Okay? It has a combination of subject, verb and predicate, and it can be joined with other dependent or independent clauses so that we can make an interesting sentence or a complex sentence. Now I have given you some examples. Let's see. Our planets revolve around the sun. Now in this particular sentence, what is the subject? The subject is our planets. What is the verb? Revolve is the verb. Around the sun is predicate. Let us take another examples. Hurricanes strengthen over warm waters. So what is the subject in this sentence, dear students? Hurricanes. Correct. Hurricanes is the subject in the sentence. Strengthen is the verb. Over warm waters. Strengthen over warm waters is the predicate of the sentence. So you have to keep this in mind, that main clause always will express a complete thought. Next, some more examples that I have given you about independent clauses. No matter what else I do, I want to be an Indian Idol. Now, in this example, if you see, even if I would have not written, no matter what else I do, then also this particular sentence, that I want to be an Indian Idol, is sufficient for me to understand that I want to be an Indian Idol. Second one, I enjoy eating in restaurant because the food is great. In this particular sentence, even if I would have not written because the food is great, still it was understood that I enjoy eating in the restaurant. The earth circles around the sun in our solar system. Now, even if I don't write in our solar system, still it is understood that the earth circles around the sun. So all these three examples, they express a complete thought. They can stand alone. That means they don't need the help of a subordinate clause. So even if you don't write the subordinate clause, these sentences will give you complete sense. Like, I want to be an Indian Idol. I enjoy eating in restaurant. The earth circles around the sun. They are giving you complete thought. So they are the main clause or independent clause of the sentence. Now, what is dependent clause? Now, once we have understood independent clause, let us see what is dependent clause. A dependent clause is not a complete sentence and does not express a complete thought. It can't stand on its own because it is dependent. So you have to join it with an independent clause. That means it needs the support of the independent clause. Subordinate clause also has the subject and the verb. So dependent clauses are also called as the subordinate clauses. And subordinate clauses also combination of subject and verb. But they will never express a complete thought because they can't stand on their own. They are always dependent on the main clause. That you have to keep in mind. Examples that I have given. When the aeroplane lands. Now see children, if I only say when the aeroplane lands, then you will say, teacher, what happened when the aeroplane lands? This is incomplete. We have not understood. Please tell us. Please tell us. So then I will complete the sentence. When the aeroplane lands, we will get off it. So when the aeroplane lands is the subordinate clause. We will get off it is the main clause of the sentence. Whenever you are in town, suppose if I say whenever you are in town, again you will feel excited. Ma'am, this is incomplete. We have not understood. Right? So I will complete the sentence. You can sleep in my spare room whenever you are in town. Now this is a complete sentence. So that means a subordinate clause is always incomplete. That is why it needs the help of the main clause. What the man did? Now again you are confused. So what the man did was not useful to the situation. This is the complete sentence. So in this particular sentence, what the man did is the subordinate clause. So I hope, dear students, that you have understood what is the difference between main clause and subordinate clause. Now here are certain tips that you should keep in mind for subordinate clause. Subordinate clause will always begin with subordinating conjunctions, which are words that link dependent clause to independent clauses. So that means these are the words which will link. They will link what? They will act as a bridge. Link means they will act as a bridge. Between what? Between the independent clause and the dependent clause. So these are the words that you have to keep in mind. For, after, as long as, although, because, before. etc. Whatever I have given you the list, and some other words also. They are the subordinating conjunctions which help to link the dependent clause to the independent clause. So these words you have to keep in mind. So I hope, dear students, that you have understood our today's important topic, that what are clauses. Now in my next video I will be teaching you what is a noun clause and adjective clause. And one more part, that means the third session, will be regarding adverb clauses. So do like, share and subscribe my videos to your friends also. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you are the first one to get the notification of my videos. Thank you.